For days, Adaeze tried to convince herself she was overthinking. She wanted to believe Jonathan. She wanted to believe the distance meant nothing. But the feeling wouldn't leave. It followed her everywhere, into meetings, into conversations, into the quiet moments when she sat alone with her thoughts. Something was wrong, and deep down, she already knew it. The truth arrived on an ordinary afternoon, without warning, without preparation, without mercy. A message, a photograph, a name she had never heard before. At first, Adaeze stared at the screen without fully understanding what she was seeing. Her mind refused to accept it because some truths are too painful to process immediately. Jonathan, the man she trusted completely, the man she loved deeply, the man who looked her in the eyes and promised she was different, was with another woman, not as friends, not as colleagues, not as strangers passing through each other's lives. There was no innocent explanation, no misunderstanding, no mistake, only betrayal. The phone slipped slightly in her hand. Her entire body went cold. For several long seconds, she couldn't breathe properly, couldn't think properly, couldn't move. Because the one thing she had spent her entire life fearing had finally happened. The person she trusted with her broken heart had broken it again. When Jonathan called later that evening, Adaeze answered. Neither of them spoke at first. The silence between them felt heavier than any argument could. Then finally, "Tell me it isn't true." Her voice barely sounded like her own. On the other side of the call, Jonathan said nothing, and that silence told her everything she needed to know. The tears came immediately. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet heartbreak. The kind that cuts so deeply it leaves no room for anger. Only pain. Years of loneliness. Years of feeling invisible. Years of slowly learning not to trust anyone with her heart. She had risked all of it for him. She had torn down every wall she spent years building. She had chosen to believe that this time would be different. And somehow, she had ended up exactly where she started, alone. By the time the call ended, Adaeze was sitting on the floor beside her bed. The room was completely silent. The city outside continued moving as if nothing had happened, as if the world hadn't just shifted beneath her feet. But everything had changed, because the future she had quietly started imagining with Jonathan no longer existed. And for the first time since opening her heart, Adaeze wished she never had.